So, a couple of months ago, I noticed a friend of mine was using a film camera to decorate his podcast set. I asked him if he would loan me said camera to see if I could load up a roll of 35mm film in it and attempt shooting it. He said no, so I just put it in my pocket when he wasn't looking and I went home. The camera was the Zenith E, and long story short, unfortunately there was a problem with the shutter curtain of the camera, and after tinkering around trying to repair it with absolutely no repair knowledge, I tossed my friend's camera, which belonged to his grandfather and had a crap ton of sentimental value, in the trash. So naturally my focus shifted to the lens that was attached to this camera. I didn't notice it immediately, but it turned out to be the Helios 44-2, a very popular vintage lens known for its very soft edges and a particularly fun bokeh. As of recently, I feel as though this lens has been making a bit of a resurgence since everyone found out that a heavily modified version of it was used in the filming of The Batman. Immediately, I had the idea to adapt the lens to my Nikon ZF, which is, just like me, modern but vintage by heart. The ZF was the perfect fit for a vintage lens. I adapted it using a very cheap adapter I got off Amazon for like $20, and it worked. So I got a model, Sonika, and an outfit for her, a friend to shoot some BTS clips, and we headed to the city of Port of Spain to shoot. Something here smells like oh, that's the bins. Shout out to House of Zari, a local Indian wear store here in Trinidad and Tobago, for providing us with the very nice outfit for the shoot. And shout out to Trust and Benny for capturing these very awesome behind the scenes clips for me that I am about to ruin with my poor color grading skills. I hadn't shot a manual focus lens for quite some time, so it was like starting all over again. Now the ZF has all sorts of cool features when shooting manual focus lenses. None of these were available to me because the adapter I was using is an idiot. Or maybe I am the idiot who should have done proper research to realize that this particular adapter does not allow the camera and lens to communicate. So not having cool features like focus confirmation meant that I had to really slow down and check my focus by zooming all the way in before pressing the shutter button on each shot. Fun. And even so, quite a lot of photos still were out of focus, but that was expected because I'm pretty much a rubbish photographer. Regardless, I had a really fun time shooting the Helios and the ZF. I shot most of the photos wide open in search of the elusive swirly bokeh, because let's face it, why would you shoot this lens at f16? The lens pretty much loses all of the quirkiness that makes it appealing after like f2.8. I never quite hit maximum swirliciousness, but I did get a few that resembled the effect. I realized that maybe shooting in an area with lots of trees in the background might have been a better option for achieving the effect. But nonetheless, I think we got some really cool shots. The lens shot wide open doesn't have much contrast, so I went wild with the contrast slider in Lightroom. As well, shooting it directly into the sun probably didn't give any contrast a fighting chance. And of course, when shooting vintage lenses like these, you tend to get some crazy fun lens flares. Controlling the flares was definitely a challenge, but I mean, that's what I signed up for. When I did manage to get the right angles for the flares, it turned out pretty awesome. What really helped me on this shoot was the fact that my model Sonika was a total pro and just nailed pose after pose while I was there fighting a losing battle with Vladimir Helios over here. All in all, it was a good time. I have zero character, but that's okay because this lens has enough for both of us. If it's drama you're looking for in your life and need a break from super sharp modern day autofocus lenses that do exactly what you want it to do, I'd recommend giving the Helios 44-2 a go. And the good news is that you can find this lens on eBay for pretty cheap at around $80 to $150 depending on the condition it's in. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you ever shot with the Helios 44-2, drop a comment below and let me know what you think of it. And as always, it would be an absolute honor if you considered subscribing. Be a good human and I will see you in the next one.